Hey, Miles Beckler here, milesbeckler.com. This video is about how to make a good YouTube video. Now we're going to approach this question from three different sides. There's the side of the scene, there's you and your content, and then there's the tech and gadgetry. And we're going to cover all three of those here in this video relatively quickly to get through it. So first and foremost is the scene, right? One thing I think is incredibly important in making YouTube videos is to declutter your scene. Now, I often try to choose very kind of plain backdrops. I really just, my main goal with the scene is to make sure there's no distractions going on and that you're able to focus with me. I'm aiming for eye contact with you right now. I'm staring at the lens in the camera, and my goal is for you to feel like we're having a one-on-one conversation. And I work to make the scene help me in that. Now, I'm a digital nomad. I travel and work. I've done videos from probably 10 different locations, and I'm constantly moving couches to blank walls or removing paintings and mirrors off of walls in order to kind of control the scene a little bit more and tone things down. So that's it for scene. I do some outside, but ultimately I think indoors to kind of control your surroundings and just go for a blank looking scene, a blank looking wall, so you can be the main focus, because that's what the video is mainly about. Number two, the message. Now, I don't have this dialed. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think ultimately the messages need to be 5 minutes or less. I do often go longer than that. If you know me in person, that is totally my personality. I'm a wee bit talkative. So I'm allowing my personality to come through. That brings me to the next point, which is really important, and that's to be authentic. Right? Like, I'm not putting on this facade of, hey, it's Miles. This is me. Like, I talk, I am enthusiastic. I do talk quickly. I'm just excited about things, and that's who I am. And my goal with these videos has been to allow that to shine through, because that's just my personality. So if you're a little more reserved, it's okay to be reserved. Don't try to force yourself to not be that which you are. People will feel it, people will sense it, and they won't vibe with your videos. Authenticity is huge right now in this day and age, and you really just need to be authentic. I think that's the most important piece. Number three on this component is you got to get straight to the meat and potatoes. Now, I don't know if this is actually a scientific study or if it was a joke, but I remember reading that you could pretty much fast forward the first 30% of all YouTube videos and still get to the point. With people's random ass intro animations and then the talking about who they are and why they're important, people just don't get to the point. And the funny thing is, we all expect and want people to get to the point fast. That's why my approach has always been, hey, this is who I am, here's what the video's about, boom, we're into it. I try not to go into backstories too much unless they're hyper relevant. I really just try to get in and give you what I'm trying to give you, because ultimately you're watching this video to learn what I'm trying to teach you. So really have that approach. Be sure and be conscious and aware. Are you getting right into it and going really quick? We don't have that big of attention spans in this day and age. So you gotta play to that and just really get the content flowing quickly. And then that brings us to the last thing, focusing on a problem and solution. You might have seen me look up right there. I got a whiteboard behind me and I've got a couple of notes around. And focusing on a problem solution is the next one. And how I do this is through keyword research. I knew that I wanted to do a video on how to do a YouTube video. It's been requested a couple of times by different individuals in the comments, some viewers here. And so I was like, okay, well, what's the phrasing that most people use? And I went to Google's keyword planner and I typed in how to do a good YouTube video, how to do a great YouTube video, how to do a YouTube video. And I looked at the different phrases and the search volumes, and I found that how to do a good YouTube video was the most searched with the lowest competition. Boom, there's my topic. This means people are searching for this, and now my video gets to be the answer to this. So staging your videos from a problem, solution, or question and answer standpoint is really going to help you connect with people, because a lot of people use YouTube for how to type content. I remember, quick story, I was at my sister's house in Mississippi and her dryer was broken. and I realized it's the belt. The main tube thing isn't spinning. Tube thing. It's not spinning, right? So I go to YouTube and I'm like, how to change the belt on a Maytag XR520, and literally that video walked me step by step through the process. I've got a lot of videos how to make an affiliate funnel, how to advertise on Facebook. I'm really trying to help people who are seeking answers in a realm that I have expertise in, which is marketing, internet marketing. I'm trying to help them find answers to their solutions so they can avoid paying for these overpriced guru-based products that don't actually give them what they need. That's the whole goal of my channel, and this is how I deliver it. So for you, figure out what your niche is, what the needs are, what the desires are, the questions and problems are for the people in that niche, and then offer them the solutions in bite-sized 5-minute chunks. With that said, I'm almost at 6 minutes, so I'm gonna hurry up and get through this to try to practice what I preach. So we're moving on to the final section here, which is the tech. And honestly, I love the tech side of it. My goal has been with the tech to keep it as simple as possible, to keep it as lightweight as possible, because I travel all the time. And for me, really, if it isn't easy, it's not gonna get done. If I have to get lots of different cables out and this and move things over here and then edit and then render and all that stuff, I'm simply not going to get it done. Most of my videos are recorded here on my cell phone, which you're watching now. I have a Google Nexus 6P cell phone. It's not even their newest phone out. It does great. Any cell phone from the last, I don't know, 2-3 years will work. iPhones are fantastic. You can just plug in, plug and play. iPhones have iMovie on them. You can get an Android-based video editing program and do any edits. My goal is to always hit it in one take so I can just trim the front, trim the back, upload it, and I'm good. Second is the microphone. I'm wearing it here. I've got it in the shot today. I usually try to hide it from the shot. It's the iRig Mic Lav. Quick note on the tech stuff. If you're taking notes or jotting this down, I've got a link to an Amazon store. It's an Amazon cart, excuse me. And I've got all of these little items, not the cell phone, but I've got all the little tech items in that cart. So you can just go load up your cart, pick and choose the pieces you want, etc. So you don't need to take notes if you don't want. Then I have tripods because a steady shot is really important. Now this tripod is 50 inches tall. I did get 3 tripods. 2 of them hold my lights and 1 of them holds the cell phone. And this thing weighs, I think it weighs about a pound, about a half a kilo, and it was $15 on Amazon. It is a Ravelli. This is the 50-inch one. It's not the sturdiest device in the world, but I don't need it to be. I need it to be lightweight since I travel so much. My lights go on this, and my camera goes on the 62-inch one because I'm about 6'1", so I want the camera to be eye level with me if possible. Then you need a little cell phone kind of holder. This thing actually grips the cell phone, and it has a little screw in on the bottom that plugs into the tripod. So it just hooks on like that, and it holds it, and then you screw the tripod in the bottom, and it holds the camera up, and boom, 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 I'm actually able to cut my videos right here. I'm using the front-facing camera, so any words are transposed right now. I do see myself, but I make a very conscious effort to focus on the lens and not the big video screen showing me what's going on, again, for that eye contact. So the other option you have in cameras, I do sometimes use an actual video camera. This is a very simple video camera. It is a Canon. And the one thing, if you're gonna go with a camcorder, you need to make sure of is it has a microphone input. That is the most important thing because your iRig mic will plug into this camera, because controlling your audio on the video is super important, and controlling your lighting on the video is super important. And when you get your audio and your lighting dialed, you create quite a professional looking video really, really effortlessly. Now this camera, this Canon, is literally the Walmart special. It is the cheapest thing at Walmart they sold that had a microphone input. I believe it was about $300, and that was 2.5, 3 years ago. And this still works. I don't use this very often because it requires me to transfer the files to my computer and edit them and render them. And like I said, if it ain't easy, I don't do it. I prefer the cell phone. And the odds are you have a cell phone that's good enough in your pocket. You just need to get that iRig. The other thing, the last piece here, we're almost finished, is the lighting. Now this is an LED light wand, and you ready for it? Boom. It's absolutely amazing. So these are kind of knockoffs of $500 a piece light wands. This thing's about $70. And what's really cool about this is not only is it extra bright, but I can dial down the different colors and I can run different color temperatures. So I can run this thing in an orange color, full blast. I can run it in a white coloration. It's pretty spectacular. And what I do, if you notice, the brightness is super intense on this, right? So it can cast kind of harsh shadows, and the goal with lighting is to remove shadows. You'll notice right now I'm very softly lit. That's the goal. No shadows on the nose, nothing intense, no direct sunlight. So in order to make this a little bit more tolerable and a little softer, wax paper. Literally, I use wax paper. So here I've got literally 3 sheets of wax paper, and the light has this kind of magnetic thing on the back. It's like a orange cover, and I just slide the wax paper in there, and the wax paper sits out in front of it, and then this has a little tripod hookup on the bottom. If you do buy these, they're made by Yongnuo. Oh wow. It's in the cart, right? Like I can't even pronounce it. It's definitely from China. 70 bucks, LED. These on Amazon do not come with the batteries, and they do not come with a power source. So you have to get those extra. And again, those are sitting in the cart. So last thing before we wrap up, we've covered the tech. We've covered kind of your approach to it. We've covered the idea of the videos. Really, I think the most important piece of making videos on YouTube and making good videos on YouTube is consistency, right? Is literally hitting it one a day, keep going. Obviously, I'm amidst this new challenge. It was a 90-day challenge. I did 90 videos in 90 days. I'm at something like video 115, I don't even know, in 115 days. I haven't missed a day. And here's what happens when we commit to that level of consistency, right? It's just like working out at the gym. We get stronger. It's a muscle. We flex it. At first it's difficult. It feels very awkward. It gets easier. It becomes fun. And at this point, I'm having fun putting these videos out, and I want to do more. The other side of that is I've got this hose analogy, right? So let's say you got a garden hose wrapped up. It's all looped up on the side of your house, and you haven't used the garden hose for 6 months. And you go up to the garden hose and you turn it on. The first thing that's going to flow out of that garden hose is dirty, nasty water, right? That's our first videos, right? And then if you let that water keep flowing, what happens is the water gets cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, and eventually runs through crystal clear. Now, if you want to try something and see what I mean by this, go into my channel and go look at my first 3 videos. They're horrible. I mean, the lighting is terrible. Like, I'm awkward. My face is just all up in the camera. I'm stumbling and stammering, which I still do sometimes, but that's okay because that's me. Like, it'll be a humbling experience, I think, from seeing this video to going and looking at the first few videos that I made, and that's okay. I put them up, I moved on with a commitment to get better and better every single day, and I really wanted to cut down the time it took for me to get good at this YouTube video thing, which is why I committed myself to a 90-day challenge. And I challenge you to start publishing a video a day. Give yourself a 30-day challenge. Give yourself a 90-day challenge if you really want to push yourself. You'll go from feeling like it's challenging and awkward and this big arduous thing to all of a sudden it's almost like a daily fix. Like, oh, I got to get my video out today. And it becomes fun, and it gives you a reason to look at things different, to read more, to research more, to come up with new ideas. And it's all in all been a great experience for me. I hope this video has helped. I'm at 14 minutes. Boy, did I go over, but I had a lot to deliver and I wanted to make sure and get it to you here in one shot. Again, I'm Miles Beckler, milesbeckler.com. I do appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up here in YouTube. It does help. Leave me a comment if you have any questions at all for me. I'm happy to answer your questions. And finally, be sure to subscribe in order to get the next videos as they are released. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Thanks.